So you guys saw the thumbnail, right? So let me start with this. And to the keyboard gangsters, just pipe it down for a moment and hear me out. This is not a conversation that's intended to be heartless. This is not an attack on poverty. This is a real question that deserves grown up thought. I have nothing but empathy, love, and respect for the people who truly need and depend on SNAP. I'm talking the children, the elderly, the disabled, the people who cannot physically or mentally do for themselves. This conversation right here is not about them, period. But now that we've said that, let's talk about the other group of people. So here's the $1 million question. SNAP benefits were delayed for weeks, 43 days, give or take. So that's a month and a half or so with no full support. So, how did millions of able bodied adults survive that long? So, did they have extra money all along? Did they borrow? Did they max out credit cards? Did they hustle? Did they ration meals? Or did they just figure it out like the rest of us have for pretty much all of our adult lives? And if this is your first time tuning in to Southern Confidential, welcome. And to everyone else, welcome back. And if you would take a moment to subscribe to the channel, like the video, I would really appreciate it. And now, back to our story. And this is not intended to shame anyone. This is not to call anyone lazy. This is about the question, a legitimate question that is, if you survived 43 days without SNAP benefits, what does that say about your true ability? Like, did the shutdown accidentally reveal that some able-bodied adults could stand on their own and never tried because the system was always there giving out handouts? Okay, so what's my point? Maybe this moment in time is truly a wake-up call that SNAP benefits should have an expiration date for healthy, capable adults. Not to punish anyone, though, but to protect them from depending on something that can disappear overnight. So if you made it this far in this food benefit drought, maybe you're stronger than the system gives you credit for. Because now the shutdown is over and folk are asking, did this light a fire under people who always felt stuck? Or will some go right back to eating better than the people who pay into the system, keeping them afloat? People like us, right, who are paying taxes and may even owe money at the end of the year, right? So we're paying that much into taxes. So this isn't about blaming people. This is about growth. This is about survival. This is about the reality. And if you survived for 43 days without those benefits, you didn't just prove something to the government. It looks like you proved something to yourself. Okay, so we've explored the difficult question. And now let's dig into it a little bit deeper. Let's talk about it. Who are the people who survived 43 days with little to no SNAP benefits? Because they're not all the same. Like, some people are struggling parents doing the best that they can. Some are young adults who never was given guidance or full-time students. Some are people who grew up. This is the issue, and this is the targeted group that I'm talking about. Some are people who grew up in poverty and never was taught another way, and some fell into the system and simply never climbed out. So, does that mean we continue to support them, feed them? Or do we give them an expiration on these benefits and other benefits as well, and put their feet to the fire, just like the feet were to the fire in this last 43 days, and demand that they step up. So basically, some are healthy people. These are the people that I think a lot of Americans have issues with. The healthy, able-bodied adults who could work like us, right? But they don't because they're stuck. And some are simply lost. And some people simply feel forgotten. And some, not all, but some have simply gotten comfortable and they're just entitled. And those are the people that you see on TikTok and other social media platforms basically saying, "Where's my money? Where's my food stamps?" No, boo, you need a job. Okay, so it's been 43 days without full benefits, or for some people without benefits at all. And that forces a new reality, right? So if you made it this far for this long, you prove you can survive. You also proved that you have a hustle. You proved that you have strength. And you also proved that you can figure it out. So what's next? Do you take that pain, that struggle, that fear, right? That culture, and turn that into fuel to succeed? Do you finally break old patterns? Do you get new skill sets or add skills? Find a job, plan to have a career, and create stability? Or do you slide right back into the old habits, acting like those 43 days never happened? So now Washington is watching, lawmakers are watching, taxpayers are watching. The shutdown basically gave people a photo finish snapshot, right? That maybe wasn't really as apparent as it was before. 43 days, millions of people survived. And now the government has questions. We have questions. Who really needs SNAP? Who is barely hanging on? Who is disabled, elderly, a child, and absolutely must be protected? That group of people. And who maybe, just maybe, has been using SNAP as a cushion instead of a lifeline. So the shutdown exposed something much, much bigger, not necessarily laziness for everyone, but sometimes a lack of direction, a lack of support, and a lack of belief that they can stand on their own. So what do you think about this? Did it actually shed light and force people to figure it out? Did those SNAP recipients actually work temporarily? Did they, how did they survive? That's the real question. Because if you made it 43 days with no benefits or reduced benefits, that wasn't just hunger, that was strength, it was survival, and it was proof. Now, the only question that is left, will you use that strength or will you ignore it? So what's your take on it, guys? Leave me a comment. What does this mean for people that are able-bodied? Should there be a time frame wherein you need to have yourself, educated or skill sets or independent, however you want to do it, within a certain time frame, like 2 or 3 years, and then your benefits will be cut off or you'll be reevaluated? Tell me what you think. And as always, thank you for tuning in to Southern Confidential, and I will see you on the next video.